been supplanted by low-paying retail, social service jobs, nothing of any consequence, nothing that's an economic engine. So I'd like to hear how you might try and reverse that very unfortunate trend.
The question was in regards to the loss of jobs, specifically the loss of industry jobs in the city of Keene, and if the city can do anything, or what you think the city can or should do to reverse that.
Well, I think we are working on this. One thing is to communicate with potential businesses who are seeking places to be. We do have things to offer. We have sites available. We have industrial parks and areas set aside. We have some buildings that, like the Kingsbury property, which was an industrial engine until relatively recently, and there's the possibility that it could be again. So I think the whole area, and I think the infrastructure, knowing that the roads and the utilities will support the needs of manufacturing or other types of business is very important. And the other area, I think, is the pool of labor. One of the things that I hear from time to time is that we're not training people to have the skills that are being looked for by potential employers. There's a whole area of technology that we're not addressing. But I do understand that there's a lot of effort being made now to talk to potential employers and understand what is the skill set that they're looking for, and to then look to our educational institutions in a cooperative way so that we can train people for the jobs that want to come here. So I think those are the two biggest things that I see in this area. I think people characterize. There's certainly been a lot of changes, but I think it's a change in the economy. Generally away from manufacturing in the downtown area. We do have quite a bit of manufacturing that's located to sites around Keene, and I think those jobs, although they're not paying taxes right in Keene, I think they generally contribute to the area. But we're definitely trying very hard to find ways to bring strong industry to Keene. And I'm going to excuse myself, if I may.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for showing up.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. I really do enjoy serving as a city councilor, and I enjoy the opportunity to participate in this sort of a discussion, because I think it's what democracy is all about. So thank you, and I apologize for having to leave.
Thanks, Carl.
If I give you the straight answer is it's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you three reasons why. $31 per thousand, and there's other communities that have 12, 16, or 18. If you're a big manufacturing business and you want to build a $50 million facility and you look at your yearly taxes, if his community can offer you the same position at $16 an hour, $16 per thousand, and Keene is doing $31 per thousand, your finance guy would say you'd be an idiot if you came to Keene. Second is when you look at the water rate in Keene, one of the highest in the state. When you look at the sewer rate in Keene, one of the highest in the state. Part of that reason was for about 30 or 40 years, the city council failed to use money to update the sewer and water system. So right now the people who are living in Keene are paying for the leadership failure of the last 30 to 40 years. And Keene is a nice place. It's a beautiful town to come into, but when you look at the tax rate, I could not justify, if I'm the finance guy, justifying the cost and the annual operating cost just for taxes, water, and sewer. And then you throw in New Hampshire, I think is the 6th highest electric rate in the country. We have serious problems. And yes, you're right. When you go in and look at the jobs that are being created in Keene, they're service jobs. Keene, the median household income in Keene is $37,000 a year. Because you can go to Walmart, you can go to Target, you can go to McDonald's, or you can work at the college. The money isn't there, 8, 9, 10 bucks an hour, no benefits. Keene has to be realistic and realize we have some serious problems. And unless we control the tax rate and some of the other ones, no big manufacturing business is going to come here.
Thank you.
Just echoing the statements that Kris just made, we are operating in a business-unfriendly city and a business-unfriendly state, unfortunately. The state not only continues to look to businesses to raise taxes, but the fact that more than a decade ago when they took over Pease Air Force Base has been competing against towns to attract businesses there. How can a town like or a city like Claremont or Berlin or Keene compete with the state who can give away 99-year leases on property? We can't. The other thing is that Keene, we are what I like to call the dark corner of the state. We are an island here. There is no major east-west highway. Transportation is not ideal for commerce and products to move. And so until this can be taken up at a grander scale, until the legislation at the state level takes a hard look at the tax rates for doing business in New Hampshire, and until the city of Keene focuses on setting goals for lower spending, lower taxes, and including the school board and the county, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. But these are the things that we need to focus on. These are the things we need to set the goals. Say, this is what we want. How do we get there? Build the organization, get out and vote, find candidates who are going to support business-friendly environments. We should be putting out the sign inviting all the personal defense weapons industry who are leaving all kinds of states and say, the door is open, here's the red carpet, we've got Ruger in this state. We have right here in Keene in the Blackbrook Park, I think it's called, we have a weapons manufacturer who just moved up from Massachusetts. So yes, we have facilities. Yes, we have opportunity. There are people in this area, although maybe aging, who have the skills required. So that the foundation is there, but everything else is a mark against us.
Time. And Mr. Freeman, same question, 2 minutes.
I like a lot of what Mr. Sutherland said there, and I also think that it's important to point out that while I share your concerns about the big manufacturers not coming here, it's also a very unfriendly place for any other business that wants to come here, even retailers. Look at the Gilbo Center at Keene, for instance. I was just going through there the other night, and the place is almost completely empty. I mean, there's hardly anybody there. Of course, the same thing's true for a lot of commercial properties here in Keene. Why would anybody, whatever the business is, why would they want to come to a place, as Kris pointed out, with such ridiculous taxes, where you've got people like the city code enforcers who come around and harass you for a variety of different things. In addition to that, the city itself is sitting on about 10% of the entire acreage of Keene. So how about the city sells off some of its property, auction it off, and they probably won't get much for it, but at least, maybe some fresh blood will come into town, maybe some people with some new ideas if they can get a decent price on things. Either the city gets their spending under control quickly, or the market's going to do it for them. As businesses continue to die off in Keene and are not replaced at an appropriate rate, then the tax is going to go down because the property values are going to start plummeting as people continue to bail out of Keene. So I think there are a lot of reasons why any business owner would want to locate their business nearby Keene, but not actually within the city, and it's all about the spending and harassment.
Thank you. This will actually now conclude what is being viewed on Cheshire Television. The full video will be found on freekeene.com and fpp.cc. Conan, you can shut off the Cheshire TV camera and keep rolling on the other. We good? Do we have any?